So who should approve the tenant? The property owner or the property manager? This question comes up all the time. So let's break it down on both arguments because both sides have some good arguments, but there's only one that legally protects you. All right, so the two approaches, let's start with option one. Option one, owner approves the tenant and makes the final call. So I, as your property manager, screen the applicant, do the background check, check employment, do the entire application process. Then I come to you with the application recommendation, and you, property owner, say yes or no on that applicant. Sounds great, right? Well, some property managers might be okay with this approach because it takes some liability off their plate, or they feel it does. Why? Well, let's say if the tenant doesn't pay rent, trashes the place, or just isn't a good tenant, your property manager is going to say, hey, Mr. Owner, you picked them. Makes sense, right? Well, not really. Now, let's talk about why it doesn't make sense in option two. Option two is where I, as your property manager, make the final decision on the applicant. Now, why is this important? First, let me ask you, property owner, very important question on why you don't want to make the decision and you want to let your property manager do it. Do you know federal housing laws? Do you know how many federally protected classes there are under federal housing laws? Probably not. Do you know state tenant housing laws? Do you know city and even county level tenant protection laws? There's just so much to wrap your head around. It's hard to keep up even as a professional property manager. That is very important. That is where the problem is. If you as a property owner approve them, you might be unintentionally violating some discrimination laws or housing laws. But I, as your professional manager, so professional property manager, do know the laws. I'm familiar with them. You as a property owner are not familiar with the housing discrimination laws, and your property manager is, so they should be making the final decision. Let me put this in an example for you. I have application one, and in application one, I've got two professionals, and they've applied for a home. They have a great credit score. They've qualified and met our rental criteria. Application two, same as application one, they've met our rental criteria, great credit score, have the income, employed, everything. But application two has 3 kids, 2 dogs, while applicant one is just 2 working professionals. You as a property owner, if I bring these to you, you're gonna say, oh, I want to go with application one, no kids, no pets, house will be better looked after. Well, that is where we land into a problem. That decision we legally cannot make. You cannot discriminate on an applicant because they have kids or dogs if the dogs are ESA or service animals. So we get into liabilities there. I am then passing on my legal liability, my legal responsibility to you, property owner, to make that decision, and that causes a problem. So whether you intentionally or unintentionally make the decision on the applicant with no kids, you unintentionally violated some housing laws. So it is extremely important to let your property manager, the professional, handle the application decision. They're in good hands with property managers like us at WeLease. If you have any questions or would like to know more, please contact WeLease Property Management at the link below.